come along while I spit Patron on this microphone. Watch out, I'm in the zone, worth for everything I own. Life is March Madness, one mistake, then you go. Yeah, I had a stroke, but your boy still rhyming. And fresh got locked, but the squad still wildin'. Catch me in any city in the hood, we grindin'.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is who should Canelo fight next. Now, you're not limited to the fighters that are on this list. It's just some of the bigger names out there. Caleb Plant, Earl Spence Jr., Billy Joe Saunders, Gennady Golovkin, David Benavidez. Of course, there's Demetrius Andrade out there. There's Jamal Charlo. There are other fighters out there. So you can say whomever you think, but if it was up to you, who should Canelo Alvarez fight in 2021? I'm going to start off with G.
I really would love to see Canelo fight David Benavidez. However, David right now doesn't have any belts. He got stripped because he didn't make weight. So to me, like, you know, I'll give Canelo a pass. Like, you don't really need to mess with a dude that ain't got no titles right now. But to be honest, I got a name that's not on that list. And let me just hold on before I give that name. Take Earl Spence off that list. I'm telling you, Earl, yo, you too small, bro. It's just levels to this. You're going to get battered for real. You seen what he just did to Mr. Smith's bicep. Don't let that be your face. You know what I mean? But now, the person, though, yeah, y'all got to walk with me. Because y'all might be like, yo, G, you and your commentary. I got somebody. And this fight need to occur at like 160. Y'all ready for the name? Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? And here's why. His only loss was to Mayweather. Also, Mayweather's still a pay-per-view attraction. That will arguably be the best fight. That might even be a bigger fight than Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Real talk. And the Mexican, forget the Mexican world, the whole Latino world will be behind this fight because they want get back from what Mayweather did to Canelo in the beginning of his career. You know, not necessarily the beginning, but, you know, the early stages of his career. Now, there's a strong chance that Mayweather may lose because he's older, he's not active. So people will want to see Mayweather lose a fight. So I think, honestly, that'll be the biggest payday for both gentlemen. Set that fight up, put it at like 160, you know what I mean? Like something where it's like reasonable for Canelo to make weight, but it's also reasonable for Mayweather to still perform. I think it will be a huge fight. I would definitely push for Mayweather versus Canelo too.
Yeah, Floyd already said that that's never going to happen. He's not getting in there with no real fighters, no competitive. He'll do exhibitions and stuff like that.
Money's there, though.
I don't want to see that. Like, Floyd's older. Floyd hasn't been active. Floyd hasn't fought a competitive fight since God knows when. And that includes Andre Berto. Like, I don't want to see. And then 160 Floyd, that's the highest weight Floyd would have ever fought at in his entire career as an older guy. I mean, it just doesn't do it for me. And what has Canelo proven by beating that Floyd Mayweather? Yeah. It doesn't erase what happened on the night when he fought the actual Floyd in his prime. I think some things are better left untouched. And I think that Mayweather passed the torch to Canelo, and Canelo's running with it. But, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was walking with you. I gave you just walking with you.
It would make money.
You're looking at it as far as money-wise.
Yeah, it would make money. It would make money. And if that's all that matters, then if you're talking about a pay-per-view extravaganza, it would definitely be that.
What G was trying to say. It would make some money.
No, but, you know, another fight that would make some money would be Canelo Alvarez versus Oscar De La Hoya. So
that makes some money too. And
De La Hoya is active right now. So I'm just saying.
Use that, man. Hey, I'm down for it. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
The bad blood too? Oh man, the promotion.
You can sell
that could be pretty big as well. All right, so Dollar Bill, who would you want to see Canelo fight in 2021?
I'm with you, G. David Benavidez, leave that alone. Risk, no reward. Earl Spence, leave Canelo alone. stay away. Do what I told you to do. Go to 154. Leave Canelo alone. I said that I wanted Canelo to go straight to Plant and take that IBF belt from Plant. But since we talking money, let's just take that other belt away from Billy Joe Saunders in the UK. That'll be a big money fight for him. And then we can grab the IBF belt from Plant. You know what I'm saying? And do one in May, and then we'll do one in September. I think we could do that. Billy Joe in May, and then Color Plant in September. Or you can do Plant in May and Billy Joe in September. And that would make Canelo undisputed at 168. Ain't that amazing?
Oh, sure.
You know? So I think that to me is the road to me that I would take, me personally. If I was in the car with Canelo, that's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? I just got the WBC and I just got the WBA. I'll go and get that WBO for Billy Joe and then grab that IBF from Keller Plant. And then
you know what, Trill? Yeah, Undisputed's right there.
Yeah, and it'll be right there. You know what I'm saying? But I'll go take Billy Joe first. There's some money out there in the UK. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll go to Caleb Plant and, you know, and grab some pennies. You know, grab that IBF belt. So that's what I would do. But hey, what do I know? I'm just Trill Nostradamus.
All right, Ned.
All those names on there. They want Canelo. They want to put Canelo's name as their mouth. But Canelo is on his weight gain status. And y'all got to get on your Heinz game and catch up.
Bigorexia.
Bigger. He bigger.
You know what I mean?
For real. So listen, Canelo ain't looking. He ain't. You can't move forward looking behind you. He's not worried about the guys. If they want to fight, they got to meet him where he's at. And Canelo, I tell y'all now, he's on his way to fight AJ, Fury, whoever's the champion, #1 in the heavyweight division. And mark my words, it may not happen 2021, but it's going to happen. And my boy getting big. G said it first. He was looking swole. He was looking buff, pectorals and everything last night. And, yo, man, I was just like, damn. Pause. But, yeah.
You looking big.
Yo. Canelo versus AJ in the future.
I don't even hear him.
Yo, this dude.
So Canelo versus AJ. None of the people on the list, just Canelo versus AJ.
Canelo on his own path. He's like, I'm gaining weight. If they can't meet me on the scale, don't talk about me. I'm not losing this weight no time soon. So yeah. It's cute. The smaller fighters want to bring him up, but they're not on it. They're not putting a plate of food in their mouth either. So,
man, this got crazy, son.
Thanks, Ned. All right, so
what I think what Ned was trying to say was, you know, Triple G keeping Canelo's name in his mouth, but you at 160. Won't you grow a pair and come and play with the big boys at 168? Because we ain't messing with nobody down there.
Oh, my goodness, man. Why Ned, man?
Thank you. Trill, go ahead. You can interpret it however you like. It seems like everybody else does. So, all right.
It's left to interpretation.
It's abstract art, right?
Yeah.
Right. So for me, when I look at it, I think Billy Joe Saunders is a good fight. Caleb Plant's a good fight. I agree with Trill, the route to Undisputed. He can take that route. But I do feel like this Triple G fight is making sense. And it's making sense to Canelo for this reason. Because typically Canelo would have just shot it down, but he didn't do that last night. He said I'm not ducking and dodging anyone, like whatever, if he wants to fight. And I think now that Canelo is his own entity, his own brand, his own business, he's looking to generate revenue. And I think the fight with Triple G and Canelo, because of the two prior fights and like people's emotional attachments to those fights. See, I'm starting to realize something. Like, you know, and I'll give a shout out to Bruce Vane for this because he made this point and I thought it was great. He was like, these fighters are not like your girlfriends. Like they can handle themselves. They can speak for themselves. And like people get these attachment to these fighters that's like weird, and it's almost like they're defending their girls. And like Triple G versus Canelo was one of those fights where there was some real hurt Triple G fans, and they never got over that breakup. You know what I'm saying? They never got over that breakup.
All Triple G boys.
Yeah. So if you give them the trilogy, they get the chance to dance again.
The girl got beat up by another girl at the job, and every time they see her, they be giving her the evil eye.
Exactly. But you give them the trilogy, they get to dance with the one they love again. They get another shot. You know what I'm saying? They get their second chance. We all know most time the sequel sucks, so you can only imagine what the trilogy would be like. But hey, it is what it is, right? So I do think there's a lot of people who are so emotionally invested in Canelo versus Triple G that fight would sell. But here's the main thing. I think Canelo is so confident he'll smoke Triple G now that he's just like, I'll take that bag real quick because now I'm my own boss. I handle this, whatever. I'll take that bag real quick. So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Canelo takes the bag before he goes the undisputed route at 168.
But the thing is, from hearing Canelo, he said he don't feel like draining his weight going down to 160. He said he feels comfortable at 168, and that's where he, you know what I'm saying? But like you say, hey, maybe he'll go for the money. But I think if Triple at the end of the fight, he was like, you know, he don't see himself leaving 168 because he loves the weight and don't like draining himself. So if that fight happens, I think Triple G is going to have to move up.
Yeah, Triple G's going to have to move up. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt who the A side is. There's no doubt who's been fighting the better fighters, who's the attraction. And I think there's been a concession with Triple G. The fact that Triple G fought on Friday and Canelo Alvarez fought on Saturday, and then when you heard the interview at the end of the fight with Triple G, he sounded more humble than the Triple G who had like the big ego. I think Triple G's like, okay, he can play the weight game. He's younger, he's fresh, he's improving. Whereas Triple G's 38 and Triple G's like celebrating knocking out Sharameta, a guy with 5 knockouts, and Canelo is just finished beating the top dog at 168. Not saying top dog skill-wise, talent-wise, so everybody just pump your brakes. The top dog in terms of accolades, accomplishments, and he was ranked as the top dog. Canelo just knocked that guy off. So now Canelo's top dog, WBC belt, and I think he took the WBC, WBA, and Ring Magazine belt from Colin Smith. So now you got Canelo's number 1 at 168. So Triple G should move up because he has a chance to do 2 things. He can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. He can get redemption against Canelo Alvarez. He can become champion in a different weight class, which would help his legacy. So it would benefit Triple G to move up. And I think that's what should happen. So if the Triple G fight's not going to happen, I'm with Trill. He should go the route of Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant. But if the Triple G fight's going to happen, I say take that bread, beat him up, and then go Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section, and check us out on Instagram and Twitter. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter, and check out our podcast on all major streaming services. Please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. One more time. Please check out our podcast on all major streaming services.
What you say, Trill?
Please check out our podcast on all streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.
Hey, baby.
We could have been flawless, flying up to make people's mouths drop jawless. How can 2 years be erased in 1 August? And you know I have my pride, so I had to get brolic. All in all, I can't call it. Just know you're my queen. Wish I was denim, cause then I be in your jeans. Can't fight fate, and you've been loving me since your teens. But when you can't move forward, you gotta wipe your slate clean.